Throw hand!
Hello and welcome back once again to Rohan's Corner. And this week I'm coming to you from the past because I'm actually on holiday this week. So I've had to pre-record this episode so you get some Rohan's Corner goodness on Transformers the Show. Thank you guys for including me as usual. This week I thought I would talk about something that's bugging us all at the moment. Kingdom Wave 3 is out there and we've managed to receive quite a few of them. At least I have, for a change. In the recent few days I've picked up the Ark, picked up Kingdom Tracks, picked up Kingdom Galvatron, Kingdom Rodimus last week, so on and so forth. However, it seems to be the case that many of these figures seem to have many QC issues. And I know it's a topic that's very hot right now, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with this. So, I don't know about all of you, but my Kingdom Tracks is pretty much a bit of a floppy mess, just like a lot of people's. This leg, for example, just doesn't want to stay in place, and while he can stand, it does take a little bit of fettling to get him there. On Rodimus, who I got over a week ago or so, I've got paint defects on the chest and on the side, on the exhaust pipes, and at the same time his trailer doesn't tab together correctly. Now I know there are fixes for these in terms of putting a little bit of super glue or clear nail varnish on the tabs, but should we be having to do that for what is in essence a £95 Commander class toy? Probably not. And then of course there's the massive issue of the shoulders on Kingdom Galvatron. Alternate shoulder syndrome it's being called. I've gone to the extent of buying gap fillers for mine to ensure that I don't get the pin look, because I'm just not very sure that I would be able to fix the shoulders without destroying the figure. And he now looks great, however, should he have had these shoulders incorrectly assembled in the first place? No. So, with so many figures coming out with these QC issues, what can we do about it? Well, if you contact Hasbro UK, let's be clear, Hasbro UK are basically a marketing arm of Hasbro's global corporation, and they can't do too much. They don't have too much stock, most of it comes in and goes out very quickly, and they generally have to bow down to whatever the US says. In addition, they don't get to pick and choose what they can import and when. They get pretty much told what they're going to get. Occasionally they may get the chance to bring in some overstock, or they may get the chance to request some particular lines or particular bots, but usually that's months and months in advance of a line actually being put out there. And with Legacy around the corner and some great figures on the cards, certainly for G1 fans, for Beast Wars fans, and even for potentially Armada, RID, who knows what other lines are going to be put into that trilogy. There's a potential for some great figures to be made, but also a potential for some big QC issues. And it's not just QC issues. Let's take the Ark, for example. Now, I haven't actually had a chance to get this big boy out of the box just yet, but if we look at the gaps on the side of the Ark's space shuttle mode, what is that? That is hideous. It's huge. I'm not a big fan of the colour. I think it should be a deeper shade, and at the same time this little cockpit here seems pretty small. I don't think it was on there in the original G1. The guns and everything else look quite nice, and the placement. I didn't need the robot mode. I would have preferred a playset, but hey ho, that is what it is. So, moving forward into the future, are we going to get to a situation where we, the fans, we, the market, are going to get more of a say of what actually is going to be put out there by Hasbro? Going by the last Fan First Friday, no. It's going to be dictatorship as usual, and possibly even more so, with the US being prioritised as usual and everyone else pretty much being forgotten. What can we do about it? Who knows? Maybe we should band together and build our own Transformers empire, build our own 3P manufacturing, and then eventually get taken down by Hasbro for IP rights infringement. I don't have all the answers, but at least maybe we can do something about these QC issues. And there are lots of fans who are offering help on some of the Transformers pages on Facebook, for example, and there are people offering third-party gap fillers and the such like, which is okay. I mean, there's additional cost, which is not great, but at least there's some workaround for some of these bits. So should we all be complaining? I mean, ultimately, some of these figures, Galvatron and Rodimus, for example, will look absolutely epic. I am very pleased to have them despite the faults. Trax, I haven't had enough of a play with him just yet. He looks okay, but depending on how bad those faults are in him, am I going to be excited or am I going to be disappointed? We shall see. I'll probably do a comparison between Kingdom Trax and Mech Fans Toys Trax, the Legends Plus scale figure, and see which one I like better. And I have a feeling I already know the answer based on the floppiness of Kingdom Trax, but let's have a look and see, shall we? Anywho, for another week, I've been Rohan on Rohan's Corner. I look forward to seeing you again next week, where it will be in the present time. Back to the studio.
Hey boys, we've been rumbled. Well, let's bounce.